There's so many things here I'd like to record because I think it's all of interest and not the kind of thing that just everybody knows. Let me just start off by saying today is December the 25th. It's Christmas Day. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I am wanting to crank the engine in the hot rod. This is a 1953 Cadillac 331 engine. I pulled all the plugs out. I started messing with this thing a couple of days ago right after what I did was I went out and bought a 6-volt battery because it has a 6-volt starter. The first time I turned it over with the plugs in it, it barely turned over. Even after I took the plugs out, it still kind of barely turned over. It's been sitting for a couple of years since it ran. I was told it was running when it was pulled out of the car. You know how that story goes. Really cool, I wanted to show you. Like I was saying, since it's not a 12-volt system, my regular test light doesn't work. But I have this gauge that I found at a yard sale. It's a voltmeter. I picked it up because I just thought it looked really cool. The old voltmeter worked, and I'm going to show you it working. I'm going to touch this to the ignition wire. You see that needle move ever so slightly? Well, that's it. It's basically enough to tell me that I've got 6 volts of power ran to the ignition. So anyway, that's just an interesting point. I like this old stuff. I love this gauge. To me, it's just, I mean, what could be better than that? I'm thinking once I get this car finished, I might put that thing right up on the dash. That might just be my voltmeter. It would be perfect for this car. It's so much fun. I'm finding so many parts that I've saved for this thing down through the years. I was looking around a while ago and I found some brake parts. I've got some disc brakes to go on the front of this thing already. I'm looking for some shoe brake parts to go in the rear end. It's 57 Ford rear end. I'm going to need some springs and cylinders and all that fun stuff. But it's just wicked fun to be finding all these pieces and parts that I'm going to eventually, I've got a radiator for it right here. Here's another example of, there's a radiator there all set to go. It's just wicked fun to see this all come together, and I'm like a kid at Christmas. Today is December the 25th. It is Christmas, and I'm like a kid at Christmas. I'm having a ball with this thing.